Hello and welcome back to our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Randomizer Nuzlocke. This is part 25 and we are here in Moss Deep City where we have ourselves some things to go ahead and check out. Last episode we got our encounters around the area. Today we take ourselves into Moss Deep Gym probably, which is going to be really frightening. I've been self-imposing a little bit of a challenge where I'm not leveling up my Pokemon until one of them gets bopped somehow and disappears from our team. That might be today. Because TATE and LIZA do have quite a level jump, if I'm remembering correctly from the original Pokemon Emerald. And our team is starting to fall behind in terms of levels, other than our Leafeon, which has been, honestly, a game changer to have with us. So I'm going to try and level up our Diancie a bit as we go through the gym. That might be a mistake. We might get our Diancie killed. But we're going to find out, because I feel like we're going to be approaching level 40s. And a level 34 is a bit rough in comparison to that. You know, if we're 2 levels down, that's not too bad. Being 6 or above levels down, that's rough. But today we start off by checking out the Pokemart because there's potentially some goodies that we can get. Randomized goodies inside of this Pokemart. This is an ordinary Pokemart. We want the side shop, which it does not look like there is going to be a side shop in this Pokemart, which honestly makes me very, very sad. Do you give anything random? Revives are fantastic. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. All right, They sure are. Too bad we can't use them. What do you do? LIZA and TATE in Moss Deep Gym have very mysterious powers. The powers are paranormal, like psychic-type Pokemon. If you have any trouble, you may want to visit the gym. I think the gym is going to give me trouble, rather than solve my troubles, if I'm perfectly honest. We'll give a quick check around in case we can get any TMs, because our TM luck has been pretty good. I won't complain about our TMs at all. They have been respectable. You got this from Steven? I think it's called a King's Rock. Do you want it? Sure. Is it actually a King's Rock? Why would you want it? You're weird. You can keep it. But don't tell Steven I gave it away. I will tell him. I will tell him that you gave away your precious pet rock. Horrible. Horrible. Failure of a child. Is that too harsh? No. No, it's not. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything in this house, though. You measure everything in Pokeblocks. But Diancie, it likes you as much as it likes Pokeblocks. No, it likes you a little bit more than Pokeblocks. Okay, sure. Yelp should be loving me. Yelp should be the happiest little guy. It likes you as much as it likes Pokeblocks. Likes you a little bit more. Is that it? Is that all it says? Yelp should be so happy with me. Yelp has been with me the entire time. Yelp, why don't you love me more than Pokeblocks? I'm disappointed in Yelp right now. So space station. Ooh, we could go to the space station early. That's the scary zone. There is an item up there. We probably do want to go into the space station, but I think that only activates once we've gone ahead and actually beaten the gym is when we get our, like, Steven fight over there and everything, and we double battle with them. A sacred ash is what we find down here. That's very good. That's very good. I do like to sometimes add a little self-rule where if I find a Sacred Ash, I use it as like a one-time revive on a Pokemon. This playthrough's been too easy, so I'm not doing that. I don't even remember who's gotten bopped so far. I need to actually remind myself. Has anyone gotten bopped so far? No, we're absolutely fine so far. We are chilling. I don't think anyone has been bopped so far, so we wouldn't have any use for it regardless. So even if I was imposing that little cool rule, it wouldn't be relevant because we don't have anyone to revive, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I am happy about that, but man, it makes picking up a Sacred Ash feel worthless, which is tragic. Hex Maniac House? From the time she was a small child, my older sister hardly ever spoke. Somewhere along the line, she learned to read the experiences of certain objects. Hey, oh, you tell me about the badges. Oh, no, I don't need to worry about that. Tippy Toes, Toppy Toes, sneaking up on Poketoes. Any item from the Minun? To be honest, I wasn't even sure if that was a real Minun or just a doll that was placed in there with them just to, like, be a creepy doll, but I don't think so. This is the rock that does nothing. I remember that. We should have Super Rod pickup from you. I remember you. Don't mind if we do. And I think we're going to go into an early question of the day today, before we get into the gym, and I need to actually focus up. So question of the day is going to be, it's kind of relevant because we have the upcoming gym, which is a slightly different battle format. So question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite battle format. That can be, just to list a few, single battles, which is maybe mine, double battles, triple battles, inverse battles, rotation battles. I think those were a thing, right? I didn't dream those up. I think those were a thing. There is more. There is more. Sky battles. We don't. If your favorite battle is sky battles, you need to check yourself into some kind of place where they put you in a straitjacket with some nice padded walls. There is something wrong with you, even if it hasn't been discovered yet. In the nicest way possible. Sky battles, though, no. I will expand it even to Pokemon Showdown formats, just to make the question a little bit more interesting. With, you know, OU, UU, RU, PU, NU, Little Cup, etc. Ubers, anything like that, anything goes. Anything goes being kind of a classic in a way. I'm curious what everyone's favorite battle format is. I genuinely like triple battles. I don't know if they're my favorite. I don't think they're my favorite. I also really enjoy inverse battles. I think inverse battles were a very cool mechanic, but I do understand that the game wasn't balanced around inverse battles being a thing, right? So normal types are insane. So they're probably not my favorite, but they are very fun. I do like when a game, like Pokemon Insurgents, has a cool battle that is an inverse battle in the game. I do like that. I think that's cool. I think my favorite, though, I think I am boring. I think my favorite is just single battles. I do. I think it's my favorite. I know there's a very, very large majority of people that like double battles at the Pokemon Company, which is why they keep the format for Pokemon battles being in doubles. But yeah, I think my favorite is probably singles, and as for format, it's UU. I like UU on Pokemon Showdown. If I'm ever just going to play casually, I'm probably playing UU. OU is fine. UU is a little bit more impactful to me, though. Let's go ahead and start battling some of these trainers, though. We have ourselves some level comparisons to check, I suppose, first of all. Amoongus first. That's not too scary. You are level 42. Okay, I thought that was going to be the ace of the gym leaders, not the first trainer. That's going to be a tanky Amoongus. We could try and fissure it. No, we can't. It's a high level. I clicked switch already, though. My brain was just a sliver behind. This is still a fine swap, though, even if we can't fissure. We can still glare it. We might outspeed already. We do. We can still glare it. We're immune to toxic. Grass is resisted. I don't think Amoongus can, like, smack its little Pokeballs hands together to create fire. I don't think that's something we're gonna have to worry about. So we should be fine to just gear grind this thing down. Hopefully we get some paralysis in our favor, and hopefully this damage is respectable. That's... okay, I was gonna say that was pretty good, but that was a crit, to be fair. And we get effectively paralyzed. That is unfortunate, but we're both paralyzed, and we outsped when we initially went for glare, so we should still outspeed. Which we do, which is handy. I also don't think Amoongus gets any ground-type moves. I don't think it can wiggle its little mushroom body into the ground hard enough to cause any earthquakes, right? Oh, but it does get synthesis. Okay, alright. You know what? This could turn into a very long fight if I don't swap, so we'll just go to Belt. I've seen Giga Drain. We quad-resist Giga Drain. If it has any poison-type moves like Sludge Bomb, it will hurt decently hard, but hopefully... Hurricane does a respectable amount of damage. Also, as a side note, anytime we swap our Pokemon, it does technically get us more XP because of the way the XP sharing works in this game. Sweet Scent. Okay, that's fine. Sweet Scent, Synthesis, Giga Drain. That's 3 moves that don't scare me. We can probably finish it with a Dragon Ascent. Hit it on the physical side. I don't know if Amoongus is actually stronger on the physical or special side. I think it's a little bit stronger on the special side, so that's fine. If we take out the Amoongus, that's okay. Now, that was... 1 Pokemon, right, for the whole team. So maybe if we fight some trainers that have multiple Pokemon, they'll be lower than level 42. I don't really care about Flail. I don't think we're going to be running Flail on our Mega Diancie. I don't want to be low HP. Ever, really. I don't want to be low HP, just full stop. Alternatively, if there was a move, you know, like Water Spout, where when we're high HP it does more damage, that would interest me more, because my plan is to stay at high HP. So, if we get Water Spout Diancie, that'd be crazy. If we get Water Spout as a TM, that would be nuts. Or Eruption, you know, those would be sick. Those would be sick. But let's see. Do you have multiple Pokemon, and are they lower than level 42? You have 2? Lower than level 42? Don't be 42. Don't be level 42. That's gonna scare me for the gym leader. Be lower. Be 40. 40. Okay. Okay. I'm really hoping that the gym leader's aces are not above 42, but we'll see. As for Serperior, though, we should probably be fine to just go for Bolt Fruit. I don't know if Serperior gets Dragon Pulse by level up. We can just go to Bealp. We'll play it safe. I'll go to Bealp. I think Bealp should be absolutely fine from anything. I remember Serperior getting just a lot of grass moves and not a lot of coverage. The only coverage I can even think of right now is Dragon Pulse. So this just removes that risk of getting Dragon Pulse bopped, I guess. We could set up. If we want Holucha to deal with whatever is second, but I'm just going to Flying Press. Flying Press should still be good damage. Mega Drain is fine. Still, just grass coverage. That's okay. The main fear is just the fact that they're a much higher level than us. That's most of my fear. We probably finish it with a Sacred Sword so we don't risk the miss, I suppose. We'll go for Sacred Sword. Leaf Blade, that's fine. Even if it crits, we should live just A-okay. Was that a crit? That was not a crit. Maybe we wouldn't have lived super A-okay, but regardless, it didn't crit, so it's fine. There's nothing scary if it doesn't crit in the first place. And Samurott. I'm actually going to switch train in the middle of this gym, which was kind of my plan going into it. You know, I do want this Diancie to get some levels, you know, it's definitely falling behind. It probably has legendary level rates, which isn't ideal, but regardless, Samurott shouldn't have anything too scary for Leafeon. We have Spore. End of statement. We have Spore. We're fine. Revenge, that's fine. That's baby damage. I was afraid of, like, Megahorn, if anything. But, well, actually, yeah, Megahorn could have been scary. Regardless, Spore. I wish we had Leaf Blade, but we don't, so... I think most evolutions get Last Resort at level 41. So I don't think we get Leaf Blade next level at the very least. So it probably won't be until at least 45? That sounds kind of correct. That sounds right in the back of my mind. 45 Leaf Blade Leafeon? Yeah, that sounds about right. So, I mean, we're getting close, but we do still have a bit to go before we're, stab on the right side. You know, we've got our special stab, which is great and all, but we are a physical attacker, so is what it is. Regardless, so far so good. Uh-oh. Choices. I feel like I should battle as many of these trainers as possible, given the situation that we're in where we are a low level. So I'm gonna just go ahead, heal up our team a little bit, use up our one paralyzed heal that we have. I actually don't have many Hyper Potions. I might want to buy more Hyper Potions before we do the actual gym leaders. But I won't worry about it for now. I can't get down to you, meaning I don't have choices, actually. I just go this way. Okay. That's fine. No choices. You. Watch me levitate a Pokeball telekinetically. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm ready. Oh, sometimes I'm out of sync. Oh, well, I was actually ready. I was kind of hyped. He's doing it! Strongman Bob. I don't know if you can call yourself a strongman if you do it with your brain. Maybe you can. Maybe. Regardless, Absol level 39. They're going down. The further we go into this gym, the levels are going down. I actually think Diancie wins this. I believe. I'm Mega Evolving. And I'm Dazzling Gleaming. I don't think Absol lives much of anything, to be honest. Especially not a super effective hit from a Mega Diancie. Night Slash, we live that fine. Does more damage than I would expect. I mean, again, level difference. And we did drop our defenses, I suppose. But, yep, that is some damage. Goodbye, Absol. Thank you for the XP. Crocodile. That's scarier. That's certainly scarier. Am I still in a mood where I would like to switch train against this? Maybe not, but regardless, I think Bubblicious could fight it. I don't want to stay in with Diancie and get hit by an Earthquake. I think we'll outspeed. I don't know if we'll one-shot. And I'd rather just go for the Choice Spec Surf to bop it. It's level 41. I'm glad I swapped. But I think a Choice Spec Surf should be enough damage. We get Swaggered. I said nothing and it worked. Okay. Surf does not one-shot. How high is our physical attack again? If I hit myself with a Swagger and get hit... Oh, I could get foul played. I don't know what level... Our physical attack is actually higher than our special attack. Right. Beelp is immune to ground. Beelp resists dark. If Beelp gets swaggered, that would also suck. But I'm gonna just go to Beelp. I don't want to chance things right now. You know, I'm just trying to level up my team. This is fine. Dig, perfect. Perfect. Okay, that is ideal. That is exactly what I want. We can just Sacred Sword. We outspeed. That's fine. It's going for Dig. It doesn't matter. We Sacred Sword as long as there's no, like, speed tie shenanigan right there where it used Swagger on the second turn. And we're A-okay. Goodbye, Crocodile. I'm glad I made the swap. Okay, it was the right decision. Plus XP, I guess, at the end of the day. You know, it's always smart. Beelp is just such a fun thing to say as well, by the way. I've been saying Beelp even outside of this playthrough, just in general. I've been saying it instead of help in a lot of situations. Like, I've been playing a new Valheim playthrough with some friends, and it's been very fun just going, Beelp, there's a star enemy, Beelp, you know? I don't know why I've developed this habit, but I have. I've developed the habit of saying Beelp. I want to go down here, because I want to battle this person. Which I believe is just an extra optional fight, so I will absolutely do that. I think most of these fights are technically optional, because you could, like, avoid them by just walking around them. For Fable, you're getting the Clang special right now. That's what you're getting. You're getting gear grinded. That's, like, all I have to deal with you, actually. I'm a little bit afraid of Metronome. And by a little bit, I mean very afraid of Metronome, because my luck has been terrible lately. Sing, that's fine. The issue with this is, yes, I can use my status restore to awaken myself, and that's great and all, but it's also just a chance that I just get immediately put back to sleep. Whereas at least on a turn where I break out of sleep, I'm guaranteed to do damage once. But we'll Awakening, we'll see. We'll see what else it might go for. Wake Up Slap, maybe? Minimum. Oh, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Just land a Gear Grind. I see a problem happening. I see a problem happening. We land the Gear Grind. Not enough to one-shot, though. Okay. I believe in Lloyds. Okay, we both whiff. That's fine. Double whiff. That turn didn't happen. I'm gonna just go again. I believe in Lloyds. Do not Metronome, Fire Blast, or Fissure, or anything scary. Cross Jump. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. I don't know why I started moving forwards like I could do anything to protect it. Like, my body was on the line. I'm gonna save you, boys. I'm gonna jump in front. Like, that's not how that works. But regardless, the Cross Chop misses. That would have been... I think we would have lived if it hadn't crit. But Cross Chop is a high crit move. We have decent defense, but still. And then a Sunken. Okay, that I don't care about. That gets bopped. That's getting whipped up into a hurricane and thrown into a different field 27 miles away. I'm hurricaning the Sunken. This needs to happen. Is it overkill? Yes. Is there a chance this misses when I could just go for an 100% accurate move? Yes, but I need to hurricane the Sunken to get it away from me. We land it because it's too small. You know, it can't hold on from the hurricane. It can't avoid it. It'd be weird if there was, like, an actual mechanic like that. Is there any move that has a higher hit chance based on the weight of the Pokemon? I know Body Slam and stuff have a guaranteed hit if the opponent uses Minimize. I guess that's kind of similar. I don't know if there's a weight move like that. Next gen, maybe. Regardless, I'm getting an ominous feeling about you. Ranger Liliana. That is just straight up the kind of name that I choose when I am making a character in a game with a Ranger class. To be honest, that's pretty similar. Aromatisse. Once again, Boyds, I believe in you. I don't think Aromatisse gets any weird fighting moves like Lefable can. I also don't think Aromatisse gets Metronome. It does get Moonblast. It does, but that's why we went to Boyds at the end of the day. That damage was slightly high, actually. That was a solid 30 damage. Do we have a super potion? We have fresh water. I just want to see what else it has. Just a little check. A little test of the waters. Moonblast again. Okay. Okay. If that's the strongest thing it has, that's fine. The special attack falling does not matter in the slightest. I have no idea if we outspeed, so I'm going to glare. But we do outspeed, so the glare might not be relevant, but still. I mean, paralysis chance at the end of the day. Paralysis chance at the front of the day. We will gear grind. We are still 4 levels down, so I'm not expecting us to... with a critical one-shot, though. Nice. Nice. Okay. Boyds. You know, I said I believe in Boyds. Apparently, I really should believe in Boyds. That was impressive. And we will light our goblet. And it's not entirely what's happening, but it's kind of what I see. If I go this way, is there another optional fight? There is one more optional fight that we will go ahead and do. I think this is the last fight in the gym. We now have a pathway to the end, so that makes sense. Strongman Cammy sent out Darmanitan. That's scary. That's just scary, actually. That's just scary in general. Darmanitan hits hard. It does. We have fire resist on half of our team, which is good. Which is good. The problem is, if this thing just goes for, like, Thrash, that's still very, very scary for Noivern. That's still very, very scary for Bubblicious to swap into. If it goes for, like, Hammer Arm, Ultrude would be a good swap in if I feel like it's going for Hammer Arm, but at the moment, I don't know what it's doing. I would love to set up a Reflect. So I wouldn't want to Mega Evolve, because I want to keep my defenses as high as possible. So turn 1, I think we just set up a Reflect. Then after that, we Mega Evolve and heal. I don't think we can Mega Evolve and heal on the same time. We'd heal, then we'd Mega Evolve and start going for, like, Ancient Power. Belly Drum is also scary. Belly Drum is also a move I think this thing can learn. I don't know when it learns it. But that would also be really scary. Regardless, I'm setting up Reflect. I'm not setting up a Reflect. I have been outplayed by the AI. I have been absolutely outplayed. Okay. I don't think Noivern has enough damage to kill the Darmanitan before it swaps moves and clicks Thrash. I think our best bet is probably just Mega Evolving and going for Ancient Power in that case. I think turn 2 without speed. It's just living that first hit. That's all we have to do. We have to live 1 hit from Darmanitan. I'm Mega Evolving. I'm Ancient Powering. I just wanted to Reflect up. Belly Drum. Oh. This could still be scary depending on whether we kill or not. We do KO. Okay. Okay. That could have been a nightmare scenario. Honestly, if they had clicked Belly Drum on the first turn, when I set up the Reflect, that would have been the worst. That would have been the worst. Our physical attack is actually a good chunk higher than our special attack. I need to consider that as well. Weavile. I think we can stay in, actually. I think we're fine to stay in. I don't want to go to Bjelp because we're weak to ice. I don't think we'll outspeed, but I think we're still fine to just go for a Dazzling Gleam. This would be another situation where it'd be nice to have Reflect up, but at the same time, Weavile doesn't scare me too much. Snatch, that's fine. Go ahead. Try and take anything from me. You can't. I'm holding a Megastone, idiot. I think that Snatch's stat buffs rather than the item. I don't remember. I don't use those moves. Either way, Strongman Cammy goes down. It was a little bit scary. But regardless, trainers defeated. I believe we battled you. Yep, we have, meaning we have our clear path through the gym. I'm going to run and heal, just to make sure that everyone is nice and topped off, because we're about to get into a double battle. I don't trust my team in a double battle. It's not made for double battles. I think leading with Diancie as one of my 2 Pokemon is probably smart for Reflect, actually. I think Reflect would be smart. As for my other Pokemon, I'd like a Pokemon with me that can deal with anything that would threaten Diancie, I guess. Sure, we'll grab some of those. We already have 10 full restores, that's fine. I like to have full heals just as an option. I'm not too worried about having too many of them, though. Just in case we get hit by a weird status that I'm not prepared for. Even confusion and stuff like that, full heals are nice for. Okay. Do I need to reactivate everything? Oh my god. Okay, alright, that's fine. Gives me a moment to think about my strategy as I go through, I guess, which is still relevant. So maybe Diancie and Bjelp is the leading 2. Bjelp could deal with any, like, steel type that would really threaten Diancie. And it would give me a chance to set up a Reflect early. The problem being, if there is special attackers and the Reflect is completely irrelevant, which there's a good chance of. I mean, there is, I would say, a pretty even amount of special attackers and physical attackers. Maybe slightly more skewed towards physical attackers, I guess. We could also lead with Leafeon to Spore something. I like that, actually. If there is something that threatens Diancie, I just Spore it. Unless it's a Grass type, in which case then we're in a terrible situation. But what are the chances that we fight a Grass type, right? Who would prepare for a Grass type? We'll see. We'll see. My plan is going to be to Spore anything that threatens the Diancie like a Steel type. This fight does frighten me a bit, though. It does. Does Bjelp have a held item that is used to rocket speed boost? No, we're holding an Amulet Coin. I actually don't want an Amulet Coin right now. I think having a berry of some sort would probably be smart. Do I have a Lychee Berry? I do not have a Lychee Berry. I would like to have a Lychee Berry, honestly. Oran Berry is, I mean, it's not use. Give an Oran Berry just so we can get the Unburden boost to double our speed, potentially. You're obviously going to keep holding your Megastone. You have a Wide Lens in case we want to land Dragon Rush. That maybe could be better, but it's fine. The Metal Coat, that's fine. Voice Specs. I might not want to use Surf in this fight, because that will hit our teammates. So we'll have to consider that as well. It's on my mind. And then Assault Vest. Yeah, I guess we're ready. Maybe we should Assault Vest Leafeon? Oh, no, then we can't Spore. Nope, okay. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. This fight could be very, very scary. It could be. For anyone that said their favorite battle format was double battles, here we go.
Were you surprised? Teehee, were you surprised? There are 2 gym leaders? We're twins. Wow. We don't need to talk because we can each tell what the other is thinking, all inside our minds. This combination of ours, can you beat it?
That's how I imagine that they speak. I don't know why. I imagine them as like little talkative dolls rather than people. And I always have, ever since I first went into their gym. I don't know why. Senior and Junior, Zoe and Kim. Infernape. Ooh, and Watchog. Watchog doesn't scare me. Infernape does. Infernape does scare me. It's only 2 Pokemon and they're level 45? Ooh. Ooh, okay. Reflect obviously is a good idea. I'm clicking Reflect. I'm not Mega Evolving on turn 1. I want my defenses as high as possible in case I get hit by a close combat from Infernape. So I'm setting up a Reflect. That's happening. My plan was going to be to Spore one of them if it was scary. However, Infernape definitely outspeeds Leafeon. It just does. Right? There's no world in which we get Spore off on the Infernape. I'd love to just Spore Infernape and then there's just a Watchog just chilling on the side. That's not happening. It's not. I think Boltrude is a fine swap in though. We can swap in Boltrude. Might take some damage from Watchog, but it shouldn't be a one-shot. I mean, we are 7 levels down. I mean, a normal type move will do good damage, but it shouldn't be a one-shot. The issue is basically just, is one of my Pokemon going to be doubled into before the Reflect goes up? Is pretty much all of my fear. But regardless, I think Boltrude has to be the swap in here. I do. I don't think there's another world. I'm just expecting a Fire-type move. It might go for close combat onto Diancie, which would suck. Fire Spin. Okay. That's not a very scary Fire-type move. And Hyper Fang onto Boltrude. Does double into Boltrude. Holy hell, that was a lot of damage. Okay. Fire Spin damage as well. Right. At this point, I'm using Diancie's turn to heal Boltrude. Boltrude is trapped. There is nothing it can do to avoid the damage that is going to likely be hitting it next turn. So we're going to heal up Boltrude to full. Does mean that we can't Mega Evolve with Diancie, but that's fine. That's fine. Honestly, the biggest threat right now is maybe Watchog, but I'm just afraid of a close combat from Infernape critting through the Reflect onto Diancie. So I'm just going to Hurricane into the Infernape slot. Watchog got a crit to do that much damage. And if it crits again, that will still be very scary because it will go through the Reflect that we've set up. But we do have the Reflect, and we can't play around crits 100% of the time. So we attack the Infernape. There's a close combat into Boltrude, which is actually scarier because if now a Hyper Fang crits through that and crits through Reflect. Okay, Hurricane obliterates Infernape. That's beautiful. I love that. That's great for us. The problem is Watchog. I can't believe I just said that. Hyper Fang. Don't crit. Don't crit. Don't crit. Okay. 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 Good. Good. I now feel comfortable with Mega Evolving and just going for even an Ancient Power. Give me an Ancient Power boost. I don't even need Dazzling Gleam. I'm gonna go for an Ancient Power. I don't think Dazzling Gleam's one-shotting regardless. And can we now swap Boltrude out to Voids? Because the Fire Spin setter is down? We didn't take Fire Spin damage at the end of last turn, so yes. And then we don't have to worry about a crit potentially bopping us. Does Watchog get Pursuit? I don't remember. No, I feel like it gets like Bite and stuff. Maybe I just don't need to swap. Maybe I'll just heal. Maybe I'll just heal. I don't want to risk Pursuit. Okay, I'm using all of my brain. My brain is firing on all cylinders. We're just gonna heal. Could potentially be scary because, I mean, we could risk a crit from a move like Double Edge. It has Double Edge, so that's also a factor. Slam into Diancie. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Hit Diancie. Go for it. Please. Please hit Diancie. Diancie does not care. Diancie does not care. No Ancient Power boost, unfortunately. We can just Ancient Power again. I don't know why I'm clicking Ancient Power and not, you know. I'm just clicking 100% accurate moves. Dazzling Gleam's 100% accurate. I don't know why I'm clicking these moves. I don't know. Regardless, Energy Ball and Ancient Power will be enough to take it out. It's fine. It's fine. Listen, the moves will be enough. It's all good. That could have been very scary. I'm glad that the Infernape did not click Close Combat on the first turn before the Reflect was up. Or we would have lost our Noivern. That would have happened, I believe. There's the Last Resort I was talking about earlier. That's fine. We're not going to be running Last Resort. We get ourselves our 7th badge, and overall, not too bad. Not too bad. That is probably the biggest level jump. I don't think the 8th gym actually goes too much higher. I think they're like 46, 47, and there's a lot before we get to that point. We'll get our Mind Goblin badge. The fact that I just called it that. And TMO4 Magic Coat. Okay, not something we're going to be using. I would have preferred actually Calm Mind, to be honest. Calm Mind would have been good. Calm Mind would have been good. But yeah, I'm not going to go for the rest of that dialogue. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I'm calling this a win. Alrighty. And then we have, you know, Steven Stone at the Space Center to go ahead and do our double battle with next time. I recognize that beam of light. I know what's happening over there.
What? A pillar of light appeared from the sea.
That direction. Is that the direction of Route 128? Oh, dude, seriously, dude. This is the end of the world.
Skitty, don't worry, calm down.
Oh, they even showed the proper location, like, as a giveaway. Wow, okay, that's generous of them. Oh, that was like a total shocker. What the heck was that? That fat pillar of light. Totally came out of here, didn't it? Where we will head to shortly. Not right now. Lorp. I heard from LIZA and TATE that you visited their gym. How did you hear that? I literally just left. I was thinking of trying to catch you while you were in the area, and this happened. We should talk. Let's go to my place. Sure, but next time. I'm forced into it, aren't I? Okay, alright, fine. This always seems to happen. Ah, yes. I suppose I should welcome you to my home. Please forgive the rather sparse decor. Now, where to begin? Let us take a moment to understand what is happening to our world right now. I remember giving him a somewhat posh voice, but I feel like it was just kind of similar to mine. I'm not worrying too much about voices anymore. That rumbling that shook the earth just now, the eardrum rupturing explosion we heard, they are proof that a seal, which was long hidden deep undersea, has been undone at last. The super ancient Pokemon that has been sealed deep beneath Route 128 since ancient times slept until now in the seafloor cavern. The entrance to that cavern was sealed by the power of a certain Pokemon, all in an effort to keep any human or Pokemon from ever breaching it. But now it appears that the scheming of some terrible team has undone the seal. There is no doubt that they intend to revive the super ancient Pokemon, and once they do, it seems they hope to make its power their own. Lorp. Such a stupid name to have in the middle of the serious discussion. If that team obtains the power of the super ancient Pokemon, it will upset the balance of nature in this world. A crisis unlike any other before it will befall every living thing on this planet. We'll be forced to do sky battles. Oh, that would actually be horrible. I plan to do everything in my power to quell this situation. That is my duty. But there is a limit to what I can do with my power alone. That is why I am asking for your help. I have great faith in your abilities. Lend me your strength to help put a halt to these teams' mad ambitions. With you and I and our Pokemon all working together, we will overcome this disastrous turn of events. I don't think it is out of the question. I will entrust you with this. A cookie? Oh, Dive. That's not as good as a cookie. Come on. That's, I mean, we do have a higher physical attack on our Lumineon. So there is that. And we do also get our scuba gear. Okay. Alright. If you would use Dive in the correct stretch of water along Route 128, I believe you should be able to reach the entrance to the seafloor cavern. I will join you when I finish my duties. Please do what you can to stop Team Aqua and Team Magma until then. I am trusting you to do this for me. Do we not have to go to the Space Center and double battle with him? I guess not. Regardless, that is where we're going to be wrapping things up for today. Overall, success! I would say that went very, very well, despite the massive level deficit that we are at. But we are going to keep going with this level disadvantage, because it's working. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado,